This is my Making Major Decisions final project. When considering what to do for this project, I started looking at three themes from the class, the first being my strengths. So the two questions I asked myself are, what are my strengths and how am I using my strengths in my life? I came up with three strengths based on the signature themes report and others that I felt weren't reflected in that project. The three strengths are discipline, leadership, and ambition. I feel that I am displaying discipline in my life through my schoolwork. So far, I have been keeping up good grades in college, and I plan on continuing that. Leadership, I was a CrossFit coach in high school, and here at NAU, I'm on J-Board for I Am That Girl. And the last one is ambition. I was very ambitious throughout high school, trying to get into college. And I'm continuing that by being ambitious in CrossFit. I have a lot of goals, and I am working very hard to achieve those. So the next thing I looked at were my decision-making strategies. That was the most recent project that we did in class, and I felt that it was the one that was most fresh in my mind. So the two questions I asked myself were, which decision-making strategies am I most comfortable with, why, and who influences my decision-making? I decided that consultative number one is the decision-making strategy I am most comfortable with because I'm the type of person that needs to gather all perspectives from people who know me best to make sure that the decision I'm making is something that I want to do and not something that is influenced by my friends or pressure from professors or outside classes. So the person who I tend to go to for that decision-making strategy is my mom. She influences my decision-making strategy because she knows me so well and can always tell when I am not making a decision based off of my beliefs. And although I value my friends, I make sure that when I go to them for advice on my decisions, that my beliefs and theirs don't mix. The final the final theme I looked at was identity. I asked myself what people and experiences have shaped the way I view myself and interacted with the world, and which internal voice do I listen to, and how has knowing my identity helped me. For what has shaped me, the four things I feel have been most prominent in my life are when I was bullied in my freshman year in high school by my basketball team. That definitely shaped the way I looked at friendships and the people in my life and who was healthy for me and who was not. And then have been homeschooled since the third grade, and I feel that that's the one that has most likely shaped my identity the most out of the four. I feel that I've gotten a different view on the world, and while it is unique, I think that it has given me a lot of strength, especially going into college with time management and really knowing who I am. The last two occurred my sophomore year. That's CrossFit and church. CrossFit has definitely shaped my identity. It's made me very confident and a much stronger person in my beliefs and knowing what I'm capable of. The last is church. I kind of went back to my faith sophomore year in high school, and it was really the first time that it was my faith and not my family's, which was a huge step for me. Then my true internal voice is the one I ultimately listen to in making major decisions. I definitely have a lot of outside voices in my head coming from different people and friends and family, but ultimately I make sure that the voice that is most prominent in my decision is mine. Knowing my identity helps me recognize when I'm being someone I'm not. Although I do consider myself a strong person, I am easily influenced by the lifestyle of others and can get caught up in wanting that lifestyle. So knowing that I have that tendency has really helped me recognize when I'm trying to force myself into someone else's life instead of living my own. So what I've learned through this class, at the beginning, I really threw myself into the decision-making process. I was very set on finding a major within these 8 weeks. And I tried a bunch of different things. I looked into political science and journalism, nursing, exercise science, women's and gender studies, all sorts of things, because my problem is more that I have so many interests that I can't just choose one. So I tried to really fit a specific image, and that really ended up backfiring because I realized I wasn't being myself, and it was pressure coming from really friends and a little bit this class and just other outside influences. And I realized that I needed to really evaluate how I was spending my time and what I was trying to do with my life. And I realized that I didn't need to make a decision yet, especially because I'm changing so much and I've already changed within these past 7 weeks that I need to really wait and kind of let the decision process unfold. So continuing down the path of choosing a major, I will definitely be using this class as a reference because when I choose a major, I want to make sure that it's something that I really want to do, not something that I'm feeling pressured to do. And I will really look back at making sure that it fits my strengths and my identity and that I'm using the correct decision-making strategy when choosing my major. And that is the end of my presentation.